Hey everybody, Matthew here. One more time for the season. Just want to remind you that if you want to be part of our special bonus episode where we talk about the season and discuss things, you can fill out the link in the description to ask us questions, leave comments, and even leave voice memos. Alright, I won't waste any more time. Let's get into the episode. Tales of the Other Side may contain explicit language, violence, body horror, and other gruesome descriptions. Listener discretion is advised. Hey everyone, welcome back to Tales of the Other Side, an actual play Call of Cthulhu series about three strangers in the late 1920s who find themselves bound by cosmic fate to face waking nightmares unlike anything they could ever imagine. My name is Matthew, and I'm the keeper, and my fun fact for the day is that in our previous session, the players got both Gahern and the mother down to 1 HP apiece before they were transported back to Earth, so they were within one successful hit of killing gods.
So
What
close.
the fuck?
So
So-
close.
Unbelievably mad.
Yeah. Had I known that, I would have been like, let's wait one more round and
Let's do one more round.
Wait, Dr. Harding, not
Dr.
yet.
Harding, not yet. I'm not ready. Oh!
Send me back. Send me back.
Send me back.
I got unfinished business.
Well, that's par for the course, I guess. Hey everybody, I'm Nathan. I play Jonah Thorogood, an investigative journalist. And I thought of everything to do but a fun fact today. So, fun fact, it's my IRL brother's birthday.
Woo!
This is great. He's gone. I have the house to myself. I'm now taking care of his dog with my cat, and I really hope there's not any cat or dog noises in the background of this. Matthew, edit them out. My fun fact, guys, is that, he doesn't remember this now, but oh so long ago when him and Audrey got together, she was the one that actually introduced herself to him, and he may have suggested the restaurant and everything, but she's the one that came and was like, I want to get to know you. He was snooping around in the library, and she saw the dude that had no idea what he was doing and decided to start there. Ow! Sorry, I'm dealing with cat.
Leave that in.
Please leave it in.
Hello, everyone. I am Nick, and I play Archibald Bauer, a professor of anthropology from Boston. I have a fun fact entirely about my character. Totally entirely about my character.
You know what? I would be willing to bet a decent amount of money that I know what it's related to, and I can't wait to hear it if I'm right.
Well, when Archibald gave up his powers to the One, it actually crippled him so bad that me in real life dislocated my shoulder.
I knew it. I knew it.
Oh my god.
It transitioned through the realms.
Yeah, exactly. It was because of what Archibald did, though.
That's your penance. Hey everybody, I'm Noah. I play Juno Whitlock, wife, widow, writer, and my fun fact is going to be a fun fact about Juno. She loves the ocean.
Oh, okay. In opposition of Adam.
Yeah, that's good.
That is pretty good.
So did he ever go to the ocean to make her happy, or was he strictly no ocean?
Oh, I mean, of course they went to the ocean. He just, stayed far away. On the sand, but would not touch the water.
And this is Chapter 15, Apocalypse Now.
My master, Imaratet, how could you let this happen? 3 mere mortals nearly killed me and your love. You told me that your power would let us stop them. You swore it. And now see what has happened. We have offered undying fidelity and worked to fulfill your vision. In return, the non-believers have come and nearly ruined it all. You have to stop this back in the old world. They took people from the Spire, and now we have less power for your ascension. You'd better hope that Henry fulfills his end of the deal. Though, in better news, Adam has succumbed to the power of the Mother. transformed into a creature for your service. He will no longer be a problem. And I've received word that Harling has perished as well. I apologize for my anger, but you must understand, we are this close to fulfilling your ascension, and I will not let anything stand in your way. The time has come. I will give young Henry his command soon. But for the moment, I must heal. Lend me your strength to reforge myself from these wounds, and in return, I will fulfill your ascension, and you shall reign eternal across the cosmos.
Adam, you watch your family fade away as darkness envelops you. And after a moment of this pure, never-ending darkness, your vision returns. A 360-degree vision which feels like you're peering through this oily water. You are an offspring, but you have retained a moment of your own consciousness. That vision of your family, it's forced your brain to fight a moment longer to stay Adam, to fight for them and not fully give into these animalistic instincts. You're still in the Spire, which was the residence of your wife and many friends you made while in Cedar Falls. Gahern is nowhere to be seen. It seems like a few moments have passed since your fight. Bodies of Cedar Falls citizens slain by the mother as you attempted to escape are being devoured by a small pack of offspring. They tear through the flesh and lap up the dripping blood. The mother herself, well, your offspring instincts kick in and you can immediately tell she's extremely injured. It feels like when a queen bee tells her drones that she needs tended to, you feel this desire to go to her. But this injury of hers, it's weakening her mental hold over you, over all the offspring. You aren't immediately rushing to her aid, and she weakly holds out this stubby hand, and in your mind you hear her croak out, "Children, please, help me!" And you feel no desire to help her right now.
I'm going to walk close to her and kind of push past the other offspring to just get like right in the front. And I'll just stand there for a second.
You have come to help your mother. Even in the end, you have succumbed to my will, breaking your connection to the other world. Thank you, my child. Thank you for coming to rescue your...
Both of my tails dab her up under her grotesque torso, put my hands around her head, and just brush it between my fingers.
And her pudgy, fleshy head explodes in your hand like an overripe watermelon. In this deep black blood drips all down your arms and onto the ground. And the mother is dead. Her grasp on you and all of the offspring is severed forever. You feel that ever-present cold grasp in your mind wither away like a shriveling flower in the hot summer sun. That thought of freedom comforts you, as does the knowledge that your friends and family have safely made it back to Cedar Falls to complete their mission. You upheld your promise. You got those you cared about back to Cedar Falls. And no matter what happens, whether the end of the world comes to be or not, a simple fact will empower you for the rest of your life. You were a good husband, a good father, a good friend, a good man, and a hero. Archibald, Jonah, Juno. A great deafening roar like thunder surrounds you as you feel yourself become weightless. In your final moment in the fleshy spire on the other side, you see Adam fully transform into an offspring and turn towards the mother. The teleportation spell takes hold, and the next thing you know, you all stand back in the pharmacy without Adam. There's this deep rumbling from outside that shakes the foundations of the pharmacy, or what's left of it, as the place looks like it's been caught in a war zone, and maybe it has. Everything is crumbled, destroyed, or smoldering. There are hieroglyphics smeared in blood all around, creating a sort of shimmering barrier that blocks out the outside world. What's beyond that barrier has lost most of its saturation and appears almost sepia. The only colors you can see are this nauseating yellow-green of the sky and hundreds of those vents in the ground that expel bursts of purple energy. A blood-choked cough catches your attention. You see Dr. Harding leaning against a half-dilapidated wall, clutching his stomach, where 2 ceremonial daggers are embedded deep in his flesh.
It's time. It's time you finish this. I'm sorry I couldn't do more. Bethany, Audrey, they're safe at the farmhouse.
Dr. Harding slumps further onto the ground and lets out this wheezy breath, and you never hear another inhale. In his hand, weakly stretched towards you, he holds an envelope.
Holy shit. Is everybody alright?
I think so. As alright as I can be.
Juno looks shell-shocked right now, and you hear her just saying, like whispering, like, What happened? What happened? What happened? And she'll turn and look at both of you, crying. Where's Adam? Where is my husband?
Jonah just goes up and he puts his hands on either shoulder. I hate to say this, but I don't think Adam made it through. And he pulls her into a hug, but he got us out of there.
Juno starts crying.
Juno, would you give me a sanity roll?
Fail.
It's going to be a d6 of sanity loss.
1. Feels like it should be more, but I rolled a 1.
This moment of knowing that your husband is gone hurts you so bad that your mind really can't even begin to fully grasp it. And you know deep down inside that you may not feel the pain fully right now, but there will come a time where this is fully going to hit you, and there's this deep fear in your heart now of whenever that might be. But as Jonah has told you, he did get you out there safely, and that brings you at least a small bit of hope.
I think Juno kind of collects herself and looks at you guys with kind of a just deeply sad smile, and just says, Thank you. I know you all did what you could, and I don't blame you. I want to blame you, but I cannot. What do we do now?
Well, hearing her say that, Jonah will go over towards Dr. Harding and take the note that was on him.
As you are walking over, you see that half of the group that you had tried to rescue has made it back, but you do see Amos is on the ground, just sobbing, and Howard is kind of behind him, just putting a light hand on his shoulder and just whispering over and over again,
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Amos.
And while you pick up this later, will you give me a spot hidden roll?
I rolled well at the start before the game started, so hopefully that continues through right now. That was my precursor. I guess it's gonna stick with me because I got a not an extreme success, but a hard success. I'm off by 1.
Let's go!
Oh wait a minute. I lied. I lied. I read the wrong thing. That is an extreme success. I had to beat a 5. I got a 4.
Let's go!
And the hand that is not stretched out towards you is kind of slumped on the ground, and you see that there are these 2 rings, one on the middle finger and one on the ring finger of Harding that you haven't seen him wear before. Each of them has small orange gems that ring the entire circumference of the ring.
You said both of the rings have the orange gems in them?
Yes.
Okay.
And why don't you give me an occult check with advantage since you got an extreme success on your last roll?
I'm somehow good at this. Okay. See if I can do any better than that. I'll take the first one. 17. So that's a hard success.
You get this sense of a magical aura radiating off of them. As you touch them, you get this sort of vision. All of a sudden, it's like everything in space and time moves past you, and then you're back in the pharmacy, and you have just the knowledge that these rings are for protection. So mechanically, there are 2 silver rings, and each of them gives the wielder a +2 armor.
Seeing these and grabbing the letter, I'll be like, Archibald, you might be able to figure this out too, but I don't know if I'm going crazy or what. These rings feel magical. And I'll give one of the rings to Archibald.
Archibald, as he hands you this ring, why don't you also go ahead and give me an occult roll?
I fail.
You feel that these rings are magically connected to some sort of other entity, but you can't really tell who or what.
Oh, that's kind of neat. Like outside a game.
Another
like
god.
Other gods, yeah. That's cool.
Mhm.
While you're kind of standing next to him, Juno will walk up and ask you, Did you know him?
Yeah, we did. He is really the one that got us to the other side. He's the reason we made it back. Other than Adam, buying us time and getting us across. But his device is the one that teleported us back here. I don't know what all Adam told you about this town, but it's been pretty ridiculous.
Well, see, when things are dire, Adam likes to talk around what's really going on, so the fact that in his letters he wasn't specific, I could tell something bad was going on, but I didn't think it was this.
I was really hoping not to come back to Cedar Falls to find it like this. But we're here and we're back, and we gotta try and stop whatever the hell's going on. For roleplay's sake, can we say that, like, Jonah and Archibald kind of explain to Juno the actual specifics of, like, what happened?
And so you don't have to sit here and recap 14 episodes of the podcast. I'll just say
Yeah.
you guys, take some downtime to do this.
If you want to know what happened, check out our podcast, Tales from the Other Side. We're on Spotify, Amazon, Apple Podcast.
Jonah, why don't you read this letter out loud for us?
Dr. Harding wrote us a note. It reads, and it is stained in blood. My friends, I write this as I bleed out, and pray I can complete it before the forever darkness takes me. I have done all I can as I've waited for your signal, but the time has been long while my mind and body are weak. I hope you can forgive me for not doing more. Audrey and Bethany are safe beneath the old farmhouse, and Paul has been taken care of. He shall not harm either one of them, or any of us ever again. They are both armed and aware that I have returned to the pharmacy to bring you back home. Much has happened since you left. Covenant has only grown in power and confidence. Any non-believers in the One are in hiding, or have been made display of in the streets. They no longer care for their public image. There's also been a great influx of Covenant members from around the world. Evil bastards that have had the One touch their mind and draw them here. I believe the One intends to use this mass as one more surge of power for his ascension. Gods help us. I was ambushed by Covenant members when I returned here. I have done all I can to stop the bleeding, but I know it is of no use. I have escaped death by the gods' blessings many times, and I know that my luck with them has run out. Complete our mission, no matter what the cost. I refrained from activating the device to give you all a chance to leave Cedar Falls before the shield is raised around the town. If you do not make it out before then, you will be stuck here. I am sorry. I was hoping to have time to activate the device and fend off the Covenant members while you and your loved ones escaped. You'll have to find a way to defend the device until the shield is fully up. I hope there's a way all 6 of you can make it out. Take anything you may need from here. Obviously, I will no longer be needing these mortal possessions. I hope that they will serve you well. Your friend, Harding.
Oh, okay then. Shall we take a quick look around, see if there's anything we can find before we put a stop to this?
I think that's in our best interest.
Before we do that, You both took a serious beating. Do you have any supplies? I've had to patch Adam up in the past, so I could try my best.
Yeah, well, your husband thought ahead. He was smart like that. He made us go get some first aid kits before we went to the other side. And I'll pull out a first aid kit.
Okay, both of you, sit down and let me try to help. And I'll roll first aid. I'll start with Jonah. Hard success.
In my notes, I had written that the actual first aid kits on a hard success would give you guys 2, on a normal success would give you 1, and on extreme would give you 3. So you get 2 health points back.
Nice.
Whoa.
Call of Cthulhu rules be damned. I don't know if you guys have noticed, I'm not a rules lawyer.
Definitely not. I should have been dead. I should have been insane by now. So thank you, Matthew. Thank you.
I finish patching Jonah up. I go over to Archibald, and I rolled a 24, but I'm going to spend 2 luck to make it another hard success.
Awesome. So Archibald, you as well are going to get 2 hit points back.
And while I'm patching up Archibald, I'm like applying a bandage and kind of sewing up a wound, and I'll put a hand on your shoulder and just say, I saw what you did before we got out of there, and now I know I don't know you very well, but you did the right thing. Just based off of, and I look around, everything that's happening, not being connected to it, I wish that Adam could be here to say that to you. I'm sure he would.
You know, you're sounding just like him. He was always trying to keep me from getting too far, and I'm so thankful for it. I don't know how far I would have gone if it wasn't for him keeping me in line.
Yeah, well, you know, at home, it's usually me, the one keeping him in line, so I'm glad he acts right outside of the house.
Sounds like you rubbed off on him well.
And I'll finish and stand up.
So I'm going to say that you guys have probably spent about an hour here by the time that you end up doing some searching. So for you, Archibald, your insanity is going to last another 4 hours, since when you had failed your sanity check, your underlying insanity was lasting for 5 hours.
Right.
So why don't you guys all go ahead and in the
for
meantime,
more.
give me a spot hidden check as you are searching for stuff.
Probably shouldn't spend more luck.
You can also push your roll.
Oh, yeah, why not? I'll looking around. I'm kind of like looking around, and to push my roll, I'll like kind of start digging through some debris.
Archibald, I know you gave me the thumbs down. If you also want to push your roll in a similar sense, you're more than welcome to.
I got a normal success.
I failed too. I guess I can push.
This is like before the boss fight, and it gives you like, you know, med kits and extra bullets, and you know.
Thing is, Archibald is low-key kind of blind right now.
Oh, that's
Just
true.
like a little bit.
I forgot.
It's not that bad, but
The push did not work for Jonah very well. He is like, he took one look around and didn't really find anything, and then he's like, fuck, we really need to gear up for this. So he looks a little harder, but the gnawing fact that he doesn't know the woman that he loves, he doesn't know her at all, is gnawing at him, and that's like taking up all his thoughts.
I love that. So for your punishment for failing a push roll, you're going to lose a d4 of sanity while you're thinking about this person that has a spot in your mind, but you can feel that it's gone.
2. I'll live with 2.
How much sanity do you have?
Not very much.
how much health do you have?
With the buff, I have 6.
Okay.
I have 19 sanity.
Juno, why don't you roll me a d6 to see what you find?
3.
As you're going around stuff, you open up this drawer and you see that there is a syringe and a small vial that's probably about 2 inches long, and inside of it is about an inch of this like dark black, what looks to be goo.
She'll take it and show it to the guys. Found this. Do either of you recognize this at all?
Why don't you guys both give me history rolls? And Officer Howard, seeing you guys kind of rummaging around, is going to walk away from Amos for a moment and also try to help you guys looking for supplies.
I got a regular success.
I got a hard success.
Both of you guys remember hearing Adam talk about this thing that Harding had injected himself with, that then he as well got injected with, and that's when he ended up growing the eyes.
I think that stuff was what Dr. Harding and Adam used. Harding, if I remember correctly, mentioned that it prevented the one from influencing him. Adam used it, assumably for the same purpose, but I'm not sure it worked the same for him. So I don't know what all goes into it, but it could help us for sure. Could we make the connection that it didn't work for Adam because he had, he was a child of the mother?
Yeah, that would be a good safe thing to assume. Officer Howard got a hard success on his spot hidden. So, just for the fun of it, Archibald and Jonah, if you guys want to give me both D6 rolls, and I'll let you guys have your dice determine what you get.
2.
6.
With a 2, you find another vial, and it's the same liquid that you had been given to help with your sanity when you travel to their side, Archibald. For you, Jonah, you find a torn page in a drawer buried underneath some cloth, some folded purple cloth. And it appears to be from some sort of old book, and there is writing on it in a language you've seen many times. Archibald, as you see Jonah pull this piece of paper out, you recognize this language. You've read it before. Why don't you roll me an intelligence roll to try and decipher this?
Okay. Okay, I pass.
As you read it, you can't quite translate this into English that makes sense, but you get the gist, and you can tell this is a spell. Specifically, this is the spell Dominate.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah, you're using it. I can't. If I do it, I'm gonna die.
He can't use it. If he uses the power of the one, he'll die. That's what Gahern said to Archibald when he took his powers away. Word for word, a little bit. It was, Archibald, if you use the power of the one, I will kill you.
More or less, yeah.
More or less.
In so many words. Officer Howard, as he's looking, helps you guys find these things, and then just kind of gives you all this sort of solemn stare.
I'll be honest, the others, they're not fighters. They're not like you guys. They're just people. They got wrapped up in this, and it's not their fault. And it's not your fault either, but you all have the ability to do something about it. They're in bad shape. I don't think they should go. I think that I should be here to help them, if anything were to happen. I think it has to be you guys.
Quick question. So, the note that Harding talks about says that there is a shield. Can we assume that we need to get, the people out? They need to know to leave the town before that comes up.
Yeah. Because
it says we need to be, outside of the shield,
yeah,
right?
So you know what happened last time. You basically, the dome came over the machine when you guys were on their side. It kept you there, and then you were teleported to get out of there. So you can assume that the one that is underneath the farmhouse is going to do the same thing on a much bigger scale to envelop Cedar Falls. So if you need anybody to leave, then yes, this is the time.
Okay. Honestly, Howard, I understand. I think we all do. We're gonna try and do this shield thing. We're gonna try and do what we can. Get them to safety. Get them out of here. Get them as far away from Cedar Falls as you can. It might not mean a whole lot, but if we do succeed, they'll be safe. And if we don't, well, it might buy them a couple days, a piece or something.
Alright, yeah. I'll do what I can do. I'll rally them together, try to get them to go. But if they're not willing to go, I'm not gonna force them. Anybody who's ready to go, who's ready to get out of here, I will lead them as far as I can out of here. Thank you. Thank all of you for doing this. For giving us this chance. It's not fair. It's not fair that I had to be you, or Archibald, or Juno. But it is for some reason. And I'm glad that the three of you, and Adam too, were brave enough and strong enough to do this. To fight back when so many others wouldn't. Thank you.
Don't thank us just yet. We got a town to save. I can't say we were the right people for the job, but we were put here, and we were the people at the time that were there to get the job done, and that's just how it has to be. So we'll do what we can.
And he, kind of just pats your shoulder and simply says,
God help any motherfucker who stands in your way.
Juno is gonna bring up, so they're leaving. How are we going to escape once this shield gets activated? Throwing this out there, but I know how to drive a car. I don't think there's anybody going to stop us from taking one, if there even is one somewhere around here.
His letter almost makes it seem like one of us is gonna have to stay behind. I hope that's really not the case. I don't know. I suppose we won't know until we get there. We only have so many cards in our hand right now. I guess we play it by ear. I hate doing that, but it's about the best we got right now. If we can find a car, get it ready, I suppose.
Maybe we can find one while we're heading there.
And so you guys exit the shimmering barrier that surrounds the pharmacy and into the freezing cold streets of Cedar Falls. You hear thunder rumbling across the yellow-green sky that's filled with dozens upon dozens of clingers. Those vents in the ground sporadically expel this deathly cold purple energy. Along the streets, the zombified reborn roam and groan these gurgling screams. There has to be at least 100 of these things walking around. Upon the walls of nearby buildings are the bodies of people. They're nailed into the brick walls or hanging from their own intestines. Each of them has their stomach and neck slit. And those who aren't hanging by their intestines spilling out are being gnawed at by clingers reborn and offspring. Each of these dead bodies has the 10-pointed star carved into their chest that pulsates between glowing green and purple. Jonah, will you give me a spot hidden check?
I'm so good at these. Okay, I got a normal success.
You see that despite the disfigurement of one of these bodies, that one of these people hanging by their own intestines is Clyde. Even though you know how your last interaction with him went, you can't help but feel this pang of sadness inside of you.
Jonah stops for a sec, and he's not really religious, but he does put his head down and kind of do a quick, prayer. Whatever God is out there, please put him to rest. He just moves on. He's not going to sit with that for any longer than he has to.
You guys know that time is of the essence. It's not, there still is some time before the One's ascension, but Cedar Falls has really taken on the appearance of ground zero for the apocalypse. As you guys are trying to go down the street and avoid these clingers and reborn and offspring, can you all give me stealth checks?
Oh boy.
Rough. So good at that.
Fail.
Fail.
So Juno, as you're sneaking along, you slip all of a sudden and hit your knee on the ground and let out this involuntary groan, and this reborn stops from gnawing at the flesh of a person on the ground, turns to look at you, and starts to sprint.
Everyone run! Let's try to find a car!
So it's going to be the reborn, then Archibald, then Jonah, then Juno. Juno, this reborn, this zombie-like person with a 10-pointed star carved into their bald face is sprinting towards you. They are going to try and hit you. They have a 40% chance to hit you. They got a 21, so that is a normal success. Would you like to fight back or dodge?
Dodge. I have to get at least a normal success?
Yes.
I got an extreme success.
Let's go.
So you dodge, and then you turn to see another swipe coming for you. And it just completely goes over your head, and then it spins, lets out this horrible choking growl, and goes for one last swipe at you. And it got a 100. And it falls on its face, hitting the hard stone, and takes 4 damage. And as it screams, you guys see the other reborn nearby are starting to gain attention.
We gotta move. Find a car. Find a car.
You know, if I remember correctly, there is a flee action. How we feeling about fleeing?
Yeah. Yes.
Fleeing. We're
Yes.
absolutely fleeing.
Yes. Find
Okay.
a car.
Not
Find
sure
a car.
the mechanics of that, but
A character can use their action to flee melee combat on their turn in order combat, providing they have escape route and are not physically restrained.
Okay.
do we need a roll to do this, or that just happens?
So you can freely just move away, but you'll instigate a chase.
Okay.
That's what we're gonna do.
So the 3 of you are going to disengage on your turn from this combat and start to run. Can all of you give me a spot hidden?
Ooh, success.
Fail.
Fail.
Archibald, as you guys are starting to run, you see that behind you there are these Covenant members that are all exiting their houses along Hall Lane and Westview Road. Their heads are all tilted upwards, gazing at the disgusting yellow-green sky. They hold their arms out with their palms up. There are thousands of people, far more than Cedar Falls' population, and they come pouring out of the buildings and they hum this low, droning note. And they calmly stride westward. And as you look westward, you see that you're close to Preston Manor.
Fuck.
Bro.
So you see that over by Preston Manor, there is this large wooden platform that seems to have been built while you guys were gone out in front, and you see a lone person standing on this platform. You also see, very faintly, this thing, like this skull with a tentacle, floating off to the side of him. You know that Henry is out in front of the house. You hear in your head, echoing around the same way that the one's voice used to. Get down!
When Archibald hears this, he yells at the other two, "Get down!" And he kind of, like, dives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you all give me dex checks?
Normal success.
Success.
I failed.
Do you want to push your roll or anything?
Sure. Jonah is like all adrenaline right now, so he stumbles a little bit, and how did I roll the exact same thing? I failed.
God damn it.
Archibald and Juno, the 2 of you fly onto the ground and sprawl out as soon as you hear this command. Jonah, you try to, but your leg is still messed up and you slip a little bit, and this reborn is going to knock into you, toppling over and landing on top of you, and is going to try to attack you. It got a 24. I'm going to say if you want to dodge, it'll have disadvantage. If you want to fight back, you'll be okay.
I'll just do a brawl because it's not at disadvantage. I fail that.
So as this claw scratches into your chest, it does 4 damage.
Holy fuck!
I might have to give you my ring.
And as this thing is on top of you and it's clawed into your chest, you see it all of a sudden start to shake and grab its head, and its head explodes and it just crumples to the ground. Now all 3 of you see these like thousands of Covenant members coming closer and closer. Archibald, you hear in your head again, "Get out. Walk with them. Don't draw any attention to yourself. Just come over here."
I mean, yeah, Archibald gets up. He'll make eye contact with the other two and kind of be like, "Follow my lead," in a hushed tone. And he'll start mimicking the other members. He'll, like, you know, put his hands out, look up, and start walking west.
Jonah like covered in whatever the hell was in this dude's brain, whatever color it is, whatever it looks like, slowly shoves this guy off of him. He now has a big gash in his chest, and he slowly gets up and starts trying to mimic the same thing that Archibald is doing.
Juno will do the same.
So 3 of you kind of lead this crowd almost, doing this movement of head to the sky, palms faced upwards, and letting out this very deep, bassy note. And you get up to Preston Manor, and you see that this large wooden platform is almost kind of reminiscent of like the gallows, just without any of the nooses hanging up there. And you see now, all 3 of you, Henry. And Henry just sort of gestures for you all to come up. He's got these rich purple robes on, but unlike the other Covenant members, his hood is down and his face is still disfigured, and Vizat's rule is still hanging off to the side. These swarms of Covenant members are all surrounding the platform now, hooded faces upwards towards the stage. And Henry just, once again, gestures for you all to join him and says nothing.
Archibald is like staring at Henry right now. Like, give me some sort of sign.
He's gonna do a psychology check. You got a 10. That's an extreme success. So he looks at you, and you see him nod a little bit, and in your mind you just hear him say, "I need you to trust me. Please, just trust me."
Yeah, Archibald, he'll like hesitate for a couple more seconds, but then kind of like take a breath and slowly exhale, and he'll start going up towards the platform.
We'll follow.
The 3 of you get on to stage, and Henry just kind of paces back and forth behind you all. And then he stands in front of you, stares at you. Can all of you guys give me a spot hidden check with a bonus die? So with advantage.
It's a success.
Believe it or not, I failed.
I rolled a 9, but I'll spend 1 luck point to make it an 8, which is an extreme success.
Archibald and Juno, you guys know and saw that when Henry was pacing around, he slipped something into your pockets. And Juno, when you looked, you got a really good look at it. It looked like it was almost a flat purplish stone. And you guys feel these in your pockets. And then Henry stops pacing, turns to address this crowd that's gathered in front of his home, and he lifts his hands to the sky and lifts his head upwards, and his voice seems to almost boom out. "We've gathered here today to complete his ascension. But before we travel to the other side, it has been requested that I make an example of these 3 by showing off his great power." The crowd begins to hum this low, droning note once more, this buzz of excitement and energy around you. And Henry slowly paces back and forth between the 3 of you, and the skull of Zaturul slithers through the air and smiling. He comes up behind the 3 of you and kind of puts his arms around who's ever on either end to bring you together, and as quietly as he can whispers to you, "Adam was right. I'm supposed to help people. I'm sorry about what happened, but I'm gonna make this right now. Do you trust me?"
Jonah trusts. This is Jonah's thoughts. Jonah trusts Adam. He has no idea what Henry's talking about. He was not in for this conversation at all. So he's gonna like make eye contact with Archibald. Like, what the fuck is he on about?
Yeah. You haven't been there for either of the conversations.
No.
That's true. Archibald sees Jonah like kind of looking at him, and he just kind of like glares his eyes at him and like shakes his nod like very quickly. Just like just trust the process.
Jonah just kind of quickly like shakes his head like, okay.
And he leans over specifically to you, Juno, and kind of just places his hand firmly on your shoulder. "I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry about what happened to Adam. It wasn't fair. But I hope you know that even though for some time I was not going down the right path, the words of your husband, they carried me, and they led me back on the right path. It wasn't easy, but he was a good man, and he knew what he was talking about, and I'm gonna try to make this right.
Juno starts to tear up and can't say anything, so she just quickly, nods her head.
And he leans back from the three of you, turns to address the crowd, and simply just says, "They shall now be the first to power his ascension!" And then without warning, Jonah, he walks over to you and punches you in the leg, and you are gone in a flash of light. The crowd cheers and hums louder. Archibald, he comes up to you, punches you in the leg, and you too are gone in a flash of light. And Juno, he looks at you one last time, gives you a nod, and punches you in the leg, and you're gone in a flash of light. And as this white light envelops all of you, you hear the celebratory hollers of the cultists, then complete and eerie silence. And then you find yourself standing in chapel. It's completely abandoned. The door that leads to the underground passageways is open, as is the staircase that leads to Warren's quarters. And Jonah, you realize what happened. The same stones that they used to teleport you to chapel so many days ago, he's used to now bring you here.
Everybody all right? We all okay?
I think that might have made me a little nauseous, but I'm okay.
There was no way we were getting out of that if it weren't for Henry. I mean, you saw how many people were there. I've never seen that many people in one place before in my life.
He must have put us down here for a reason. We can get to Paul through the tunnels here.
Right. Yes.
I say we just shoot, straight to Paul's.
Yeah, I'm kind of feeling that too. I mean, we could see Warren's room, but I think Archibald would definitely just want to go towards the farmhouse.
I know Juno has no, knowledge of Warren's room, so...
She's like, we're doing the mission. Yeah.
She's definitely if there's tunnels that lead to where we need to go, then let's go.
Before we go, Jonah does want to take a quick peek in the room where we found Howard.
Yes, you go into that far side room, and the door is unlocked and it's open, and there is just nothing but blood and skin on the ground and around these handcuffs that are on the wall, but there are no bodies left.
Okay. Checking that out, Jonah is ready to follow the purple path back to Paul.
These passageways that you run through are empty. There's no sign of the reborn anywhere, and you kind of follow that path that you had gone through before.
So as we pass by the room where Archibald initially got the dagger, he's sort of reminded that he has it and that it has this power to almost steal health from the enemy, and he sees the condition that Jonah's in and goes over and gives it to him and just kind of says here, Jonah, take this. You need this more than I do.
What's it do?
I haven't used it yet, but I think if you're able to end someone's life with it, then you might be able to get a little bit back. It's just one of those weird power things that I don't fully understand, but I don't want the worst to happen to you and all that we've gone through. I'm concerned for your well-being. Just take it. If you want to use it, use it. If you don't, but I would regret if I didn't give this to you.
Thank you. Are you sure? Do you have something to fight with?
Yes. I'm fine. I have my pistol. I'm okay.
Try to make the best of what you've given me. Thank you.
You guys run through that room where all the scrolls were, but now it's empty and there's just nothing remaining of them but ash on the ground. And then you run past that walkway that is almost like the aquarium. There's that sort of bubble that lets you look into the lake. and you see very clearly that the chrysalis in there is glowing so brightly that this little tunnel that you're in is illuminated in a sickly green. And it also seems to be pulsating, or like breathing and expelling these purple blasts of energy that just appears to be boiling the water the second that the energy touches it. But then you make your way out, make your way into the crawl space, and as you're climbing through, getting closer to the farmhouse, there's suddenly this violent shaking within the tunnel, and a loud sound like a multitude of explosions happening simultaneously. A great wave of freezing air floods the tunnel and lingers there for quite some time. But then finally you emerge from your claustrophobic tunnel and into the underground bunker once used to communicate with the other side. Immediately upon emerging, you can tell there's been some sort of skirmish here. Parts of the radio along the wall is busted and broken, pieces of the machinery is pulled apart and destroyed. In the corner nearest to the radio is the mechanical body of Paul. The metal legs are bent in all directions, wires sprout from the central hub of his body, and the glass container that held his head is shattered. But his head is nowhere to be found. And as soon as you get your bearings of all this, you recognize that there are two others in the room with you. Archibald, you recognize Bethany and Audrey. Jonah, you recognize Bethany. And Juno, you recognize neither of these women. Both of them, their hair is long and unkempt. The clothes they're wearing are ripped and faded, and both of them are very, very thin, and it's obvious they've been here for some time, and they look at you all with expressions of just awe. You can tell they never thought they were going to see you again.
Bethany, Audrey, I'm sorry to keep you waiting. A lot happened, and a lot happened here, it looks like. Are you two okay? Are you two safe? Please, tell me something good.
Bethany slowly walks forward and slumps into your chest and just starts to cry.
We never thought we were going to see you again. We thought all this was for nothing. You were gone for so long. We were beginning to lose hope. We wanted to keep it up so bad, but you were gone for ages.
Jonah will walk up to Archibald and Bethany, and, while they're hugging, he'll just, put a hand on her shoulder and be like, "It's good to see you, Bethany. I'm glad you're okay." And he'll look at Audrey, and he's just looking at her like he doesn't really know what to say. Like, he knows Archibald just said this is Audrey, but it's, not clicking for him.
She notices you approach Bethany and Archibald and walks forward and just kind of puts a hand on your shoulder.
Jonah, I'm right here. Why? What's going on? Did something...
Hi, Audrey. I want to say it's good to see you, but I unfortunately don't remember you.
She grabs your arm that has the silver bracelet on it she gave you, and she holds it up.
What do you mean you don't remember me?
I mean, I don't remember you.
Archibald, what happened to him?
Look, I'm not too clear on what happened, but when we went to the other side, there were these visions and these things.
Archibald, what happened to him?
Look, Audrey, I don't know how else to say it, but it seems like he lost his memories of you. He doesn't remember you. I'm sorry.
What do you... No. He wouldn't,
Look, I genuinely don't remember you, but I mean, clearly, you wouldn't have given me this if we didn't have something special, and I don't want you to think that me forgetting you is... I don't know how to put it into words. I don't want you to hate me for it, because maybe we can have whatever we had again if we get through whatever the hell's going on.
I don't hate you, I haven't seen you in months, and now all of a sudden you don't remember me.
And she turns to you, Juno.
Who are you? They left with Adam and...
When she says that, Juno honestly is just consistently on the verge of breaking down, and she walks over to Audrey and shakes her hand and says, "You know my husband. I'm his wife, Juno."
And she just pulls you into this hug and starts crying.
Juno will kind of, go at arm's length with Audrey and just say, I don't think he's dead. I can't think that he's dead. And he did everything that he could. And I know it. I know that he did. But he can't be dead. I'm sorry for whatever is happening. It seems there's something between you and Jonah, but yeah, well, it's nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you too.
And she just lowers her head and slumps up against the wall and just puts her head between her knees and just goes silent. Over with you, Archibald. Bethany kind of just squeezes your shoulder and gives you this look of such pure sadness. And then it quickly switches into very grave, very serious, and she kind of looks at the three of you.
Okay, we have to do this now, right? Dr. Harding, before he left, he told us that if you had not all come here by 2 p.m. today, that we were to activate the device. He wanted us to wait as long as possible, but he didn't want us to risk ascension from happening, even if it meant that you might be stuck on the side. He couldn't take that chance. But the thing is the tripod thing is set up over by the stairs. We have to bring it over here and turn it on.
From her back, she pulls out a gun from her waist.
He gave us these. He told us that we needed to defend it with our lives.
She looks down at her watch.
We are running out of time. This has to happen now. What's the plan?
I think the plan is to just activate the device and use it. We don't have a lot of knowledge about what's going to happen, but if we have to defend it, I don't know, maybe someone stays behind to defend it. If the shield closes, I think we'll have won, but I think we'll all be dead.
I think Juno's right. At least the way that Dr. Harding put it in his letter. This is the only option. And he looks at Bethany. Bethany, you gotta get out of here. You gotta get away.
No. We have waited months for you all to show up, okay? I hadn't seen you in a decade. Then we're reunited, and then it's ripped away from me. And then we're back together again, and then you're gone, okay? Even if we die here today, I'd rather die with you than to go out on my own and live the rest of my life without you, okay?
I know, but just the thought of what might happen.
Look, there's no guarantee with any of this, okay? And I know that I would only feel safer if I'm here with you. If I leave, who knows what's gonna happen? I haven't been out there in forever, okay? Harding told us there were these creatures out there and all these people. Okay, what's to say that they're not gonna get me? At least here I'm with you.
Maybe you're right. Okay, let's do this together.
And Audrey gets up from the wall and she wipes her eyes and she walks over next to you, Jonah, and she just says,
I know you don't remember, but I do. And I know that if you did remember, we would be having the same conversation they just did. And so whether you feel anything for me or not, and whether you ever feel anything for me again, I want to be here with you.
Thank you. I'm sorry I don't remember you, but if we all miraculously survive this, I'd love the opportunity to get to know you again.
We will.
And Juno, she turns to you, and still with these tears in her eyes, says,
I didn't know your husband very well, but every time that I saw him, he was doing what he could to protect his friends. And I'm sure that whatever happened, he was doing it to protect us now. And I'm glad you're here. I'm sorry he's not, but I'm glad that you're here. And it's up to you if you want to stay with us and finish this, or if you want to go. I'm not going to hold anything against you.
I know if Adam were here, he wouldn't go. So, I'll stay. You'll need all the help you can get.
Then let's do this. Let's finish this.
Bethany and Audrey go towards the staircase and grab this device. It looks identical to the one that you guys used on the other side, and they bring it to the center of the room.
We're supposed to do, a spell after we turn it on, right?
Jonah will look at Bethany as she asks that, and he's like, I don't, considering what we went through on the other side, I don't think it's a good idea if Archibald or I have anything to do with magic.
I understand that.
My mind's about as thin as a wire, so...
And I'm afraid that I should no longer be using magic.
Don't put yourselves at risk. I'll do it.
Are you sure? Have you done something like this before?
No, but I spent I don't know how long on the other side. Maybe it'll be easier for me.
Juno, if you're gonna do the spell, this might help you out, like reach for the vial. Dr. Harding gave this to us when we cast the spell to go to the other side initially. It might make things a little easier. I'm not too sure, but you know, I trust Harding, and I think he would want us to use this.
Okay, I'll use it if you think it'll help. Juno will take it. Juno flips the switch and begins to recite Netfak, Ened, Erevicta, Ted, Ekerb, Gemal, Etilf, Netfak.
And the device powers to life. You hear this whirring, and it starts to shake a little bit. You see that these small beams of energy start to crackle between the discs on the top, and the spike at the bottom begins to lower and anchor itself into the ground. Hey, we'll go ahead and roll me a d8, Juno, as you drink that potion before you do the spell.
5.
You're going to get an additional 5 sanity. It costs 4 magic points, and it is a d6 of sanity.
1.
A crackle of thunder shakes the foundations of the farmhouse, even rumbling the cellar that you stand in. This thunder grows louder and more intense until suddenly part of the floorboards above you splinter and something crashes through. And in the dust and debris, you see a silhouette, and as it clears, you see Warren Proctor. He's clad in purple robes like the other cultists are. His eyes glow this bright green and flicker like roaring flames. He lets out a primal growl and looks at you. How dare you? How dare you try to stop this? Have you any idea what you've done? First, that disfigured bastard purposely ruins the spell and kills everyone instead of making them spires. And then, I find out you're activating this device. No, you should have died long ago. And you die here. And now. The initiative order is Archibald, Warren, Jonah, Juno, Bethany, and Audrey. The device that is activating has 12 hit points. If it is destroyed, this activation ends. Lucky for you, this only takes 3 rounds to charge up and activate. So almost half the amount of time as the one on the other side took. With that, Archibald, it is your turn.
I mean, I think Archibald is just going to try to shoot Warren. I'm going to spend 8 luck to make it a success.
So you shoot your gun, and it slams into Warren's shoulder, ripping through the flesh and going out the other side. How much damage does it do?
4.
As you watch this bullet rip through him, he barely even flinches. Your stupid friend shot me point blank in the face with a shotgun, and I am still here. You think any of this does something to me? No, I wouldn't come here to play around. I am here to kill you. And you see that wound in his shoulder just immediately heals itself. No, he gave me power. He gave me ways of avoiding things like that. And I am immortal. Can I have Archibald and Jonah? Can you give me a no roll?
Fail.
It's a critical success.
Adam mentioned that he thought there might be a way to hurt Warren. I will tell you straight up that you have in your collective possession 2 ways of hurting or killing him.
Definitely the dagger.
It is Warren's turn now. You watch as from his back waistband he pulls out this whip made from this large umbilical cord. He's going to go to attack you, Archibald.
I thought this thing was not gonna return. Fuck the whip. Yeah.
Full circle.
He got a 40, which is a normal success.
I'm gonna dodge. Do I spend 17 luck?
That's so much luck.
I have
Bro.
40. I have 47.
I mean, what other time are you gonna spend it?
I think I am gonna dodge this.
So he pulls this umbilical whip from his back and he snaps it at you, and you hit the floor and it strikes right above your head. As it recoils, you get back up. No, you have all gone on for too long. This ends now. And with the hand that he's not holding the whip, he holds it out towards the device. You see almost like this ethereal spectral fist go and slam into that device. It is going to deal 5 damage as it slams into the device that's whirring into the ground, bringing it down to 7 HP.
Oh.
So as this fist slams into it and it dents the side, you see that the drill that's going into the bottom shakes a little bit. It starts to retract, but then starts going back down again. The energy from the disc starts to crackle more and more.
Seeing that Archibald took a shot at Warren and nothing happened, and seeing that Warren is fucking trying to destroy this device, against his better judgment and against the fact that he's probably going to end up dead trying some stupid shit like this, he is going to run at Warren and attack him with the dagger.
He sees you coming and he prepares his whip again. You get a 35, which is a normal success.
So I got a extreme success.
Yes!
Okay.
So I have it's a D4 plus 2 plus my damage bonus, which is also a D4. So 10 damage. I see Warren punch this device. I know that if this thing gets destroyed, it's over. Jonah, literally, complete instinct, rushes towards him and just takes this knife and jabs it into one of his eyes.
Oh shit!
It stabs into his eye and you push it in further and further, this blood squirting out onto your face, and you see his expression drop. He had gone to whip at you, and then as soon as he's being stabbed, he sort of like drops his whole body and he grabs at his eye and tries to push you off. He feels this blood with his free hand, looks at it, and just looks at you with his one good eye. It has been so long since I felt this sensation. It's almost pleasant, Jonah. Thank you. Thank you for reminding me. Thank you for reminding me what it's like.
Die, you damn monster! Shut up!
Juno is just gonna scream, "I'm gonna fucking kill you, bastard!" and take out the syringe and the black liquid, fill it up, and stab it right into his other fucking eye
Yes!
and press this liquid into his skull.
Give me a melee attack. He got a 9 to fight back, which is an extreme success.
And I can spend luck?
Yes.
Okay, fuck this guy. I'm gonna spend all my fucking luck. 32 to make my roll a 4 and get an extreme success.
As you go to stab this into his eye, he tries to hit you back with this whip, and at the last second, you lunge forward a little more and stab the syringe into his eye and inject him with this black liquid. He falls to his knees and grabs at his face, dropping that whip. What have you done? What have you done to me? And he looks up, and the syringe and needle are still stuck in his eye, and he pulls it out and throws it on the ground, and it shatters. His eye is like this oozing black mess. No. You've severed my connection. You bitch. You're gonna die for that. He no longer can use any spells.
Let's go!
It is now Bethany and Audrey's turns. Both pull out their guns that were given to them by Dr. Harding and just shoot to try to attack him. It's a 68 fail and a 14 success. Bethany misses with her attack, but Audrey shoots him and gets him right in the stomach. 2 damage.
Yeah.
This rips into his stomach, and immediately this squirt of blood shoots out from his back and rains onto the ground. No, it's not. It's not supposed to end like this. You're all supposed to die.
Archibald he's gonna run up and pull his other knife out. For the listeners at home, this was the knife that he got on the train in episode 1.
In episode 1!
Full circle.
He's gonna pull that knife out, the kitchen knife, and he's gonna go basically for his throat.
He is simply just going to try to dodge. He has discovered that trying to fight back is not working. His dodge is a 55. He got it at 18.
Okay, I got just a regular success, and yeah, I don't have enough luck.
So you go to swing for his throat, and while he's still clutching his left eye, which Jonah stabbed him, he sidesteps you and kind of stumbles a little bit. We should have killed you all when we had the chance. There was no need to convert you. We should have killed you. It is his turn. He is looking with his one half good eye between Juno and Jonah, as the two of you have both severely crippled him. 1s and 2s are Juno's. 3 and 4 is Jonah. It is a 3.
Oh no!
He turns to you and he pulls out a sacrificial dagger from his pocket.
Considering the fact that dodging works in my favor, I'm gonna dodge. Work with me, dice.
Roll well.
You got this.
No pressure. So much pressure.
All the pressure.
This is
all
like
the pressure.
death right now.
All the pressure. No, I failed.
Oh. No.
No!
I rolled a 1.
Oh.
No! No! Oh my god!
No!
Jonah, you watch as Warren is suddenly on you. You feel this horrible, sharp sting in your chest as he plunges this blade right into your heart, and it deals 8 damage. He gains back 4 HP
No!
as this sacrificial
He got
dagger
4 HP.
takes the remaining life from Jonah.
Oh my god.
He pushes your lifeless corpse down to the ground. As this knife stabs into your heart and retracts blood from your body, it starts to seep into Warren, and the life begins to fade from your eyes.
With the last couple seconds that he has, of course he's holding his chest. He stumbles back a little bit. It's just pure hatred at Warren. And then you see this flicker of recognition come back to him as he looks at Audrey.
Can you roll me a willpower roll?
I rolled exactly what I had to get a regular success.
In your final moment, as you look at Audrey, the damage from the other side onto your mind slips, and you die remembering her, remembering your love and how she loved you. And as you hit the ground, your last thought is of her. Warren takes the blade and flicks the remaining blood onto his arm, where it continues to absorb. He looks at you, Juno, and Archibald, and with this horrible smile says, "1 down, 4 to go, and you are running out of time." He is going to look at you, Juno, since you're the other one that attacked him. He still has the sacrificial dagger out, and he's going to go for you.
You will try.
I rolled a 3.
Brother,
Dude.
your fucking dice are
Dude.
weighted.
I'm not rolling my Witcher
think-
dice either.
I think
I have
you
not rolled my Witcher dice at all today.
I think you have rolled like 3 or 4 extreme successes in a row.
I roll well when I'm a DM, and I roll terribly as a player.
Yeah, he hits.
As he stabs you, Juno, in your stomach, it does 8 damage. I need you to give me a Constitution roll.
I rolled a 3. So extreme success.
This pain in your stomach is so unbearable. You want everything to just go to blackness and be at peace. But you push on as he pulls his blade out, and you do not fall unconscious. But you now have a major wound.
I spit blood in his face, whip the shotgun around, and fucking point blank right in his gut. I'm shooting the shotgun twice.
Pump this dude full in.
For both of my attacks, I rolled a 14, which is a hard success, and a 1.
Let's go.
That's crazy.
8 damage. So, total 20. Say hello to Adam for me, and blow 2 holes right in his gut.
This hole is blown through his stomach. He's going to make a Constitution check as he is on his literal last leg. Got a 32, and his con is a 70. So he is barely holding on to consciousness. Audrey and Bethany both rolled to attack. They have a 45% for their firearms, and one of them got a 66 and one of them got a 61, so they both
You
failed.
should give Audrey advantage because she just watched Jonah die.
Actually, she should have to make a Constitution or a sanity check.
Yeah.
Yeah, she might have disadvantage.
Juno is going to, like, stumble backwards to get away.
So she got a 17, so she succeeds her sanity. I will give her advantage on this attack to see if she can use that anger of watching you die. She got a 26 to hit. That's the second time I've rolled a 1 for her for damage.
Every little bit counts.
Whatever happened to Jonah's dagger? Is it still like inside?
Oh yeah, it's still in his eye. That's sick.
Okay,
That's
it's
so
still
sick.
inside.
Yeah, it's still embedded in his eye.
So the way I'm imagining this, he went up to like attack Juno, and in his basically Archibald is on the side where the dagger is in his eye, so kind of like his blind spot.
Okay.
And he's gonna basically run up and like pull out the dagger and then immediately like shove
Let's
it back.
go.
Yeah, you are. There's no dodging that. He's gonna try to like just hit you back with the dagger.
Alright. Let's try this shit.
He rolled a 78. He failed.
I'm gonna make this an extreme success with 28 luck.
Yes.
6? Humble 6.
You stab him in the eye. You're gonna roll me a d4.
That's a 1.
And as you stab him in the eye, his blood squirts on it and starts to travel through the blade and into your arm for 1 HP, and you stab it further and further, and it sinks into his eye, and you hear it hit something hard and then something squishy, and his body goes limp. And then that metal tripod sends forth a blast of energy that breaks apart the floorboards above you and shoots out through the roof of the farmhouse. It is about to activate the whole dome.
We're getting out of here.
And as you guys begin to run up the stairs, the immense power of that beam of energy begins to tear away at the structure of the house, vaporizing each floor until you can see it shoot into the sky above, immediately disintegrating clingers that circle the sky as it begins to create a dome. You can see that to the northwest, over at the lake, this great silhouette flies into the sky. This undulating, formless god presses against the dome, and this blood-curdling scream echoes through Cedar Falls as the one is unable to escape this prison. And you see him up in the sky, slamming against it, screaming and screaming, trying to get out, but he can't. These beams of electricity crackle and wrap themselves around the one. He sees you and tries to fly down towards you, but the beams press him up against the side of the dome, electrocuting him, making him howl even louder. And as the sides of the dome come down, it seems like they're about to crash onto you. At the very last second, you make it underneath into the safety of the outside world. Audrey sets down the body of Jonah that she's been carrying and places him down right at the edge of the barrier, right where the barrier has bisected the graveyard. So one half is within the Dome of Cedar Falls, and the other half is outside of this protective barrier. And with tears in her eyes, she just looks up at you guys and says,
At least we can try to give him a normal burial.
Yes, I think we should.
You all wordlessly start to just dig this grave for Jonah, and once it's done, Audrey looks back up with tears in her eyes and says,
Does anybody want to say anything?
I can say something. I didn't know Jonah for very long. Only a couple of weeks. And I was sleeping for most of it. Him and Adam, they were my close companions during this whole time. And although my time with both of them was short, these men gave their lives to a great cause. And Jonah, if Jonah hadn't done what he did back there, we would all be dead. I know that for a fact. And Audrey, I'm so sorry that this happened and that the thing with his memory, but I know. I just know that before he died, he remembered you. And I know that he remembered your love for him as well. He was a great man.
Audrey takes a step forward towards the grave and just kind of kneels down next to it.
He was amazing. Even if he didn't always realize it. Or know what to say, but he was always perfect to me. And he did everything he could to make things right. To be the best that he could. And I love him. I have for so long now. And even though he's gone, I know that in even just the cheesiest way possible, he'll still live on with us as we remember him. And I hope that no matter where he is or what happened, because everything's so much bigger than I thought it was, I hope he's okay. And I hope he's safe. And I hope he's happy. I love you, Jonah. And I always will.
It's a funeral for Jonah, but Juno, it's also a funeral for Adam. I didn't know Jonah like the rest of you, but in the short time that I did know him, I could see why Adam fought so hard to keep everyone safe. I don't have much else to say other than that, but goodbye, and I'll miss you.
And Bethany comes up to you and she just kind of slips her arm around yours and just tearfully gives you like a little smile and says,
And Adam, even though he's not dead, to us, we may never see him again, and I think we need to remember him too. Because he was a good man who cared so deeply and did the right thing. And I wish I would have had more time with him.
And so you all stand there in silent vigil, honoring your two friends that have died, as the sun goes down on December 5th, 1927, on the outskirts of the town known as Cedar Falls.
Archibald returned to Boston with Bethany, taking a few months off to finally enjoy some peace with his long-awaited partner. Although the Boston winter was cold and dark, they nevertheless enjoyed this time together, away from the disease that had plagued them. After this hiatus, Archibald began working at once on a paper documenting his journey, making use of all the findings he had sent back while he was still in Cedar Falls. He would go on to publish this paper 2 years later, under the title Jane Collins, Imarateth, and the Influence of the Other Side. He would dedicate it to Adam Whitlock and Jonah Thorogood.
Dear Adam, it's been a few months since I've made it back home to Virgil. He's taking it hard. He doesn't understand what happened to you, and I haven't the heart to explain everything since he's still so young. I can stand the warmth of day, but night rears its head, and our bed feels so cold. Sometimes at night, I can feel you crawl in behind me like you always used to. Sometimes I think I see you crest the hill down the road from our home. Sometimes it's like you're right next to me, but I know that can't be true. You wouldn't just die. You can't be dead. I've known you for so long, and I know you'll come back to me. I love you forever. Write to you soon, Juno.
Jonah, as the world faded to black, you felt this warmth inside of you around your finger. And as darkness begins to dissipate, you find yourself in what feels like just this ethereal void of light. You feel this warm presence behind you. You can tell that this is whoever was giving you protection.
Jonah turns around to greet whatever this is.
And you see what seems to be sort of just this hazy silhouette of a woman, and she kneels down to get on your level, and you can't really tell what's going on with her face. You feel this warmth radiate from her like a smile.
Jonah, my name is Nilithris, the creator of this universe, and I will protect you, for you have done well. You and all your friends have done well. I will make sure that no matter what happens in your lifetime or the next, your friend's lifetime or the next, they shall be protected for keeping Imarateth from destroying your world. Thank you for your sacrifice.
Thank you. I don't understand who you are or what you are, but thank you.
She holds out this very bright hand towards you.
He takes it.
As you hold her hand, she walks you through this endless plane and into the next life.
There's a flat in New York City. It's a quaint little abode, just enough room for a small family to make do. It lies above a sandwich shop, the smells of fresh-made bread and deli meat leaving a mouth-watering scent in the air. It somehow makes up for the ever-present noise and life of the city outside that tends to disturb the peace. This is where the Thorogoods have made their home. At his desk in the corner sits Jonah, with a pad of paper surrounded by photographs of strange images. Creatures and oddities that most would chalk up to being fakes or bad photography. But Jonah knows better. On the wall in front of him hangs a framed picture. A group of individuals that came together at the right time and place to do the right thing. His family. In the midst of writing, one of those people, the most important to him, Audrey, rests her hand on his shoulder and whispers something in his ear. He smiles up at her and puts his pen and paper down, but not before taking one last glance at his work. It's a book, the title boldly printed at the top. Tales of the Other Side, it says. And below it reads, "To Adam and Archibald, the best brothers a man could ask for." Jonah stands and laces his hand with Audrey's as they walk together towards the other side of the room. Sleeping peacefully in his crib, blissfully unawares of the troubles of the world, is their little Thorogood. Adam Thorogood. Jonah and Audrey's whole world. As they look upon him with smiling faces, they know that this is what they fought so hard for. A life of peace and hope, and most importantly, a future, not only for themselves, but for the world.
In the time to come, those who had hidden and survived in Cedar Falls would create strong bonds and do all they could in order to survive the strange town they found themselves in. The one endlessly screamed as he attempted to depart the magical barrier which restrained him. From the lake, monsters like the world had never seen began to emerge. Though the world was not under their rule, they sought out the town of Cedar Falls to claim as their own. But they were met with opposition. The survivors, those brave ones who refused to accept the promise, fought back against the monsters of the other side. A constant war that continues to rage on. To the outside world, a memory of Cedar Falls seems to slip all their minds. A town that once existed, but as time went on, simply dwindled to nothingness. Anyone who neared that dome had the sudden feeling of something watching them and avoided the area like a plague. And Cedar Falls, like Roanoke, became a story of a town that just disappeared. And the world was okay to leave it at that. And though the people may never know or remember the actions and names of Adam and Juno Whitlock, Archibald Bauer, or Jonah Thorogood, the legacy they left by defying a cosmic god and saving the world will be felt for years to come. Thank you, everybody, for joining us for this season of Tales of the Other Side. I have been Matthew, the keeper and writer of the story, and thank you all for joining us on this journey.
I have been Nathan, Jonah Thorogood, investigative journalist. No longer of the living, photographer and journalist no longer. But, hey, Audrey's still alive.
Hero.
But, yeah, I'm a hero.
Hero.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for listening to us do our stupid shit and have fun. Me not roll well when it counts. It follows me everywhere.
You know how to create drama. Keep up the
Seriously.
tension.
It's
Yeah.
not the kind of drama I was looking for. But hey, it works and makes a good story, so.
I have been Nick and Archibald Bauer, a professor of anthropology from Boston and somehow a survivor, but at what cost? No, but seriously, thanks for joining us on this crazy adventure. This was truly an incredible journey.
I'm Noah. I have been Adam Whitlock and Juno Whitlock, husband and wife, archaeologist and writer, thief and fucking badass.
Straight.
True.
This has been great. So much fun. Glad we could do it. And hopefully we'll be back.
And we will have one more episode tied into this season where we're going to sit down and just talk about the season as a whole, answer some questions, talk about things. So make sure to join us for that and to come back for whatever we end up doing next. Thanks again, guys. We'll see you then. And just a little fun peek behind the curtain for a brief moment. I've been rolling constitution checks for Henry every session we've had since the last time you guys met with him to see which way his consciousness would sway. And I rolled last week, and it was the last one I needed for him to push back to the light side.
Go.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.